Okay, we're back, and Mason's brought a saw, but there's a predicament, and it's simple. Um, he's got a M4 threaded hole in a Dolmar that stripped, and it's for the ignition coil. This one's stripped here, so the what to do. I don't have an M4 helicoil, and there are issues with helicoils. So let's see if we can actually make an insert. So what I did here was I've got a piece of threaded rod. Now I got lucky on this one. This is me getting lucky because I put a center hole in the threaded rod previously. Hang on. Focus. There. So I had put a center hole in the threaded rod previously. Double nut here, and then I just tap this for M4. So now all we have to do is, well, it's a couple things. I'm gonna cut this off, and you don't need tons of threads here, but so I'll cut it off kind of short. But the other thing that I like to do is like to put a little slot right here, and what that does, it allows you to use a screwdriver to screw the insert down, and then we just JB weld it in.
That's gonna be stronger than the original threads too.
That's right. The idea is that it'll actually be stronger than the original threads. So let's fiddle with that.
Do some saws have inserts in them already?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one. But then again, I'd never seen shielded bearings in a saw until last night either. So,
what an idea.
What an idea.
I almost wonder if somebody was in there before.
Those look like OEM bearings. They're not something somebody forgot. It looks like it was intentionally done like that.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah, I know it. I don't know why they'd have those plastic inserts on there too, and everything insetted. That kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but
does
whatever.
it help keep it from grounding out or something?
Obviously not,
because it's got a ground wire.
Oh, is it just one insert, or do they have two inserts? Is there an insert on each of the?
I have the other one in my truck.
Yeah, so there's an insert on each one.
I mean, it's not a big deal if I just cut the dial off and it's just a washer. That's all it is. That just keeps it from getting lost when you take the coil off.
Weird. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, Dom. Dom Lucci says, Mason who? Never met her.
Yeah.
You want to say anything to Dom?
In retrospect, I probably should have brought this last night.
Why can't I get this to focus? There we go. That's better. Okay. So yeah, what I want to do is I'm just going to put a slot here. And all that does is allows me to grab it with a screwdriver. And just to show, they do have these inserts at HL Supply. So these are, I think it's M8, and this is actually for M6. But I have M5. I just don't have M4, and I don't know if the M4s exist at HL Supply. So
it's kind of a weird size.
It's tiny.
Makes no sense to use that for ignition glue.
Right. Well, both obviously the Dolmar, but also that and the 395.
Yeah, that's right.
Have that.
That's probably easier on that though. You could just tap it out, and that's
on the 395. Yeah, it's easier to just tap out and call it a day. But Don't lose that piece.
How the heck did you, $1 million question, how did you top that?
So again, so in order to, you need a center hole. So I had already drilled that on the lathe at the Folks. This piece of threaded rod, I was thinking ahead. I thought that, hey, you know, I might need an insert in the future for M4, but I didn't tap it. I just drilled the center hole for it.
Holy shit.
So this morning literally just happened. It's luck, you know.
Holy shit. Never doubt Matt's amount of tools and stuff he has laying around.
Well, and this was it was literally just sitting in here.
You should open up. Just put your sign down here. You can open for business. Put all the saw shops out of business.
You mean actually get something done or fixed? Yeah.
Instead of telling people to buy a new.
Right. So there's your insert. All it is a piece of 1/4-20 threaded rod, nothing exciting. But it's a DIY insert. So let's see if we can get this to work. There's actually a couple more things I got to DIY here. Well, at least one, I think. I need my bench back, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
The correct direction?
nice
No, I
holes.
don't think
It's a good idea for a small space.
so. Yeah. Okay, so now we can take a closer look at what actually is going on here.
That seal looks suspicious when we wait that seal we took out of nose. It's more small.
Actually, that looks almost identical to like a 372 seal.
Really?
Yeah.
The other side has a normal seal, which is a good thing, I guess, you know. They're different than this solo seal still, I'm pretty sure.
Did you try to retap that?
Yes.
Because the thread's there. All right. So this is it's a blind hole. It doesn't go through, which means tapping it's harder. Okay.
The tap can't really run all the way to the bottom.
You got it. So there is a solution.
Which is why I'm not good at tapping holes like this. Which is why when I got pissed off with this and I put it on the shelf for a couple weeks.
Okay, so there is a solution. What I want to do is I guess I have the measurement there of how deep to put this, because there is a depth setting here, obviously. Almost
Damn
3
Dormer.
millimeters. So.
Damn, don't work.
Damn Dormers. Oh. Yeah, about 3 millimeters. So.
Oh, it goes down 3 millimeters. Yeah.
So now I need a drill bit.
I think this thing. It definitely goes in an oil tank if it went all the way through.
Mm-hmm. That's a starter. So there is a solution to the bottoming problem, but it's going to probably involve more grinding. Actually, hang on a second. I got to say, there's only 3 people here this morning. That I got the phone up, that way I can see comments.
Oh, by the way, that 066 was a short case.
It is a short case.
It takes the 064 gasket set and the 064 seal. So, I was able to find one for $35. And I found a 390 XP bearing for $25.
That's
OEM.
good. That's good. Get the vacuum.
Hold it through.
Yeah, just turn it on. Thomas, welcome. And guest, yep. It's Mason, he's here. Unicorns and chainsaws found me a unicorn in a barn. Trying to back to that. 084. Split it.
Yeah,
New
split.
bearings, new seals. Have
That's my
fun.
advice. I wonder if they take the same bearings as an 088. I would guess so, right?
I think it's the same, yeah.
Those Mondo
They're
bastards.
Mondo. Yeah. Okay. So that's a starting tap, or a through-hole tap. My grandfather used to call it a gun tap, whatever. The idea is you get a few threads on there. Hit it. Then use the next stage of tap. Use this one, which has a little bit more of a flat bottom.
That's a pretty shallow hole, huh?
It's a shallow hole. And the next thing you do is you take a perfectly good tap and you grind on it so it's flat. Hit it. And move that over there. Yeah, move the saw like over there. Out of the way. So yeah, unfortunately, you basically have to grind off this tap to where it has almost no start to it. So it's got a taper to start. It's a minimal taper, but you basically have to get
For
rid
a
of
blind
one
hole.
for a blind hole. Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
Of course, the easier way is it would be on a grinding wheel if you had one, but you make it flat. You sell bottom taps, yeah, I know. This one's not special. It is now.
It is now.
I don't
How much is a tap like that?
Um,
$5, $6.
Yeah, it might be $6 or $8. I mean, it's just that one's not special. Like, there are some tabs, like old school tabs, that you probably, that you probably would cry over, but not this one. It's a quarter 20 tab, Thomas. I mean, really. I mean, it's it's a Hanson, Irwin, whatever it is, tab. It's not anything super special. Okay. Question is that far enough down? Let's hit this again. It's close. Whatever it is, it's close. Here,
It's
hold
not
on.
an association.
Oh, Spoo. I know somebody's an AVE fan. Really needs to go down like another turn or two.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That's a tough hole. It's not an easy one.
Don't want to go in the oil tank. Yeah, you know. For anybody that's wondering, yeah, I don't have rapid tap on here or anything like that. It's magnesium, I mean, for Pete's sake. Just not. So let's see how far this goes down. Put it together, with some Allen screws, hex heads, fillets, just to make it more fun for the next guy. Yeah, hit it.
It's nice having a shop vac.
Yeah.
Good tool. That should be one of the first tools you buy, actually.
It's darn handy. Okay, so here's where it really is important to have that flat, because now you can take your screwdriver and run it down. Where's your see if that plastic insert fits on there.
Holy shit.
Perfect. Good.
Wow.
Okay, so now I'm going to pull it back out.
I mean, I take a wild guess that this little plastic piece is about $5 in the
Yeah, I know.
It's probably some special plastic.
Okay, so let's have a look at what we did. So there's your hole to quarter 20, and there's your insert with the flats on it. Okay. So now what we do bit of brake cleaner.
It's another handy tool.
Mm. Now, you could probably use red Loctite here too, but I'll just use JB Weld. Why not? Just use regular old JB Quick Weld here. Really don't need much, obviously. You need a tiny amount.
So I might be cutting wood this week. It's good to make me some money.
Small screwdriver here.
Is making your own insert something that's common or just not?
I've seen Mastermind do it.
Yeah.
Mastermind has done it for the bolts, the bar bolts. I've seen that.
That's a good place for it.
It can be. I mean,
If you have enough meat, right?
if you're right, if you got enough meat on the case or whatever, then why not make an insert? The other option, and you know, it's Sean Carr will just TIG weld this. I just don't know, like, in order to TIG weld this back to normal, I mean, that would be quite a job.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
That's pain. You got to
You
get
almost
down
might
in
as well
here.
just tap it to M5.
Right.
Draw out the coil and just screw it. They should have been M5 from the beginning.
It'd be really nice if you could, you know, basically TIG it and then re-tap it to M4, but that's awful hard to do. So I got some JB Weld on there, and I put it kind of on the threads.
Plus,
as it goes
people
down.
don't realize how much it costs to ship stuff back and forth.
Right, then you've got the shipping issues and all that other jazz, yeah. So I'm just going to put this on down.
You know, somebody might say, you know, oh, it's worth it for that special saw, it's rare. And this thing's just gonna get beat in the woods for me, you know. It's not a show queen.
Buy it some time.
So you're familiar with what saws look like after a couple weeks in the field.
Yeah.
I don't think some people don't really understand, you know.
That's deep enough. And we're back. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. But there's your insert right there. You never know. Never know. Questions, comments, anything, guys? Okay, DIY insert. Again, I got kind of lucky here because I already had the biggest key here was having a piece of threaded rod that already had a center hole down it. That was huge here because I could just tap it. I don't know if you can buy M4 inserts. I would think it'd be awesome if you could. I have to ask HL Supply if they'll have them. But questions, comments, anything else, guys? I think we'll call it a day. That was nice and easy. And I'm going to make Mason's Day here for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, you almost can't even tell. You almost can't even tell. Like, if
No.
you, like, cleaned it, it wouldn't even, like... It looks just like the other hole. That's when you know you fit something, when
Right.
it doesn't even look like you fixed it.
Boyd Hughes, we're good, Matt. You showed us how to do it. I usually buy the inserts, like I said, because I can get them at HL Supply. M6 or M5, and I think the outer thread is M8. And I love those inserts, but I don't know if they have an M4 available, and there's no M4 helicoil in my kit either. So, what do you do? And the answer is make your own insert, I think. That's certainly, and this will be stronger than the magnesium anyway, because it's steel. So, it'll be less likely to
I think
strip out.
somebody probably got too heavy-handed with that.
You think? Yeah, probably.
They're weak. They're not strong. M4 is not strong.
No, I don't know why they'd put M4 screws here. Here's the only contention on that. So, the only thing that I can think of, or why they'd put M4 on here rather than M5, is just to make it a unique screw on the saw. So if you think about all the screws that are used to hold everything together, you have to come up with something that's fairly unique to set it apart from the other screws on the saw. That way you don't mix them up. That would be the only thing that I would say would be a sort of reasonable explanation.
Same weight.
Same weight. Yeah, but not much.
Not much. No.
So we'll call it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out, and thanks to Mason for bringing us a project. I'm out. See ya.